While they power entirely different parts of our modern lives, both household batteries and massive power plants rely on transforming chemical energy into electrical energy. Here is the comprehensive breakdown of how everyday dry cell batteries are manufactured, followed by the massive industrial process of turning raw coal into grid electricity. Part 1. How dry cell batteries are made. Standard zinc-carbon dry cell batteries rely on a carbon rod, often derived from materials like compacted charcoal or graphite, to conduct electricity without reacting to the chemicals inside. 1. Forming the zinc can. The process begins with zinc. Small zinc pellets are melted and pressed into a cup shape. This cup acts as both the outer container of the battery and the anode, the negative terminal. 2. Inserting the separator. A thin, paper-like separator is placed inside the zinc can. This paper is coated with starches and flour. It prevents the active chemicals from touching the zinc directly, while still allowing ions to flow through. 3. Mixing the black paste. The powerhouse of the battery is a thick, dark paste. This is a precise mixture of manganese dioxide powder, conductive carbon, which can be derived from charcoal/graphite, and an electrolyte fluid, ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. 4. Filling the can. The black paste is injected into the zinc can, filling it almost to the top. This paste acts as the cathode, the positive side of the chemical reaction. 5. Inserting the carbon rod. A dense, highly conductive carbon rod is shot precisely into the center of the black paste. The carbon rod doesn't store energy itself. Its job is to collect the electrical current generated by the paste and deliver it to the top of the battery. 6. Sealing and capping. A plastic or wax seal is placed over the top to
charcoal arrives at our facility. It is crushed into an ultrafine powder. After sieving and drying, the pure carbon is stored. Inside the factory, zinc cans are formed. Paper liners are inserted. A precise mixture center. Electrolyte paste is added. High pressure presses the contents. Finished batteries are automatically packed. They are put into retail packs. Then they move into boxes. They pass through a final inspection.
While they power entirely different parts of our modern lives, both household batteries and massive power plants rely on transforming chemical energy into electrical energy. Here is the comprehensive breakdown of how everyday dry cell batteries are manufactured, followed by the massive industrial process of turning raw coal into grid electricity. Part 1. How dry cell batteries are made. Standard zinc-carbon dry cell batteries rely on a carbon rod, often derived from materials like compacted charcoal or graphite, to conduct electricity without reacting to the chemicals inside. 1. Forming the zinc can. The process begins with zinc. Small zinc pellets are melted and pressed into a cup shape. This cup acts as both the outer container of the battery and the anode, the negative terminal. 2. Inserting the separator. A thin, paper-like separator is placed inside the zinc can. This paper is coated with starches and flour. It prevents the active chemicals from touching the zinc directly, while still allowing ions to flow through. 3. Mixing the black paste. The powerhouse of the battery is a thick, dark paste. This is a precise mixture of manganese dioxide powder, conductive carbon, which can be derived from charcoal/graphite, and an electrolyte fluid, ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. 4. Filling the can. The black paste is injected into the zinc can, filling it almost to the top. This paste acts as the cathode, the positive side of the chemical reaction. 5. Inserting the carbon rod. A dense, highly conductive carbon rod is shot precisely into the center of the black paste. The carbon rod doesn't store energy itself. Its job is to collect the electrical current generated by the paste and deliver it to the top of the battery. 6. Sealing and capping. A plastic or wax seal is placed over the top to prevent the wet chemicals from leaking out or drying up. A metal cap is welded onto the top of the carbon rod. This becomes the familiar bump or positive plus symbol, terminal of the battery. 7. Packaging. Finally, the battery is wrapped in a protective tin, plastic, or paper label indicating its brand and size, like AA or AAA, before being tested for voltage and packaged for shipping. Part 2. How black coal turns into bright electricity. At a coal-fired power plant, the energy locked inside black coal isn't turned directly into electricity. Instead, the coal is used to boil water. The expanding steam does the actual mechanical work of generating power. 1. Delivery and crushing. Coal arrives at the plant via train, barge, or truck. It is unloaded and sent on conveyor belts to a crusher, which breaks large chunks into pieces roughly the size of gravel. 2. Pulverizing into dust. Crucial for maximum efficiency. The gravel-sized coal is fed into a massive pulverizer, which grinds the coal into a fine, black powder that feels like talcum powder. This extreme pulverization maximizes the surface area so the coal burns as fast and hot as possible. 3. Combustion in the boiler. Fans blow the coal dust into a